So here I am at my office in Winston-Salem, and I came in on a Saturday. I wasn't feeling great yesterday, so I didn't get much done, honestly. And I felt like I needed to finish some things before my week was out. It was a really busy week, but it's also been a long time since I updated here, and I figured I would uh, come on and try to catch up on some things. For one thing, I've been health wise, I've been doing pretty well. I've lost some weight, somewhere in the range of close to 25 pounds in the last 3 months or so. And so that's been going well. I'm trying to walk, I'm trying to stay active. It's a little harder now that the daylight savings time ended this past Sunday, and so it gets dark at 5:30 or whatever. But I went out and bought this super powered flashlight. So I'm hoping to continue to be able to do some trail walking. And Jessica and I actually went to the gym this week and had a really fun time. I think we both did, just working, sitting together on cycles and treadmill and stuff like that. So just looking for ways to stay active. The last couple of days, I've kind of ate a lot of junk. But like yesterday in particular, I was just so nauseous yesterday. I couldn't get much work done. I felt dizzy. Not sure what was going on. I have this really bad habit of eating lots of dried fruit, which is terrible because it ends up causing gas and all kinds of stuff. So I'm glad there's no one around today while I'm here in this office. Jessica and I went to Delaware a couple weekends ago. That was very cool. We went together without the kids and spent 3 nights at a Airbnb in Lewis, Delaware, where 4 of our children were born. And we went to some of the old haunts and places that we used to go to when we were dating, and even when we had young kids. And so that was really enjoyable. That was really a nice getaway. And we're still dealing with some stuff. One of the tensions that I think that I've pinpointed with Jessica, and I've said it before in the past, is it seems like when everything is going great, or when she feels that everything is going great, she kind of lets off the gas, and our relationship just kind of gets put on autopilot. In other words, we kind of stop being intentional about it, and after about a week or so goes by where we don't talk, I start to get a little crazy, So, but we're working through things, talking about it, and really trying to institute some positive changes. I'm trying to think what else has happened here in the last few months. I've done a little bit of journaling here lately. Been trying to break my habit of looking at my phone first thing in the morning, and that's fair to middling. It's just so easy for me to wake up while I'm still tired and while I'm sipping on coffee to look at things, look at the news, look at Facebook. And most of that is not very helpful on setting the tone for my day. So I'm really trying to change that. So I bought this really nice sketchbook from McKay's, and I bought myself a nice new fountain pen that I really love, just to try to change that pattern instead of grabbing the phone, to kind of focus on writing things down and wake up that way, just kind of exercise some gratitude and live a little bit more in the past, live a little bit more in the sense of the ways that technology maybe hasn't helped us, where we kind of zone out and we're not really in the moment. So I kind of feel like waking up in the morning and turning to a journal, turning to something that's old school writing, thinking, prayer, spending time with the Lord is better for me. It's better for my health overall, my energy, the things I get done in the day, the way my brain works, and also I think my happiness, because I just tend to praise the Lord and keep centered in God. It occurred to me recently that actually we were in Delaware, and I was thinking about how our phone has apps that run in the background. My wife always has a ton of apps open. It's crazy. Like she'll have 3,000 apps open on her phone at a time, and I close mine pretty regularly, but there's like the operating system and there's a lot of apps that just run in the background. We're really not aware of them. So even if I'm focused, for example, at looking at the weather app, um, Google search is still there in the background, or, my phone's operating system is in the background. It just occurred to me one day that that's the way our relationship is with God sometimes. We may be focused at work or focused on doing the dishes or some task that we have to fulfill, some part of our responsibility in living in this life, and yet God is still there. Even if we're not totally aware of him, he's still there in the background. He's still there, even if we don't always feel like he's front and center. He's still there because we're abiding in him and he abides in us. And even on those moments where we feel like our brain or like our focus isn't really on him, he still is there. And the funny thing about it is, like, I think the more aware I've become of that, the more I do actually feel like his presence. So it's nothing new I've invented here. It's just it's what Brother Lawrence wrote about, practicing the presence of God. That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to stay grounded. And there's been some challenges. It was a few days back that my friend Andre texted me and said, "I hear you're going to be a grandfather. Congratulations." And I went right to Facebook, of course, and I saw that my son, my oldest son, had posted a notice that him and his wife are expecting a child. And I wasn't sure how to feel about that, especially the way that I learned about it. And the fact that our son doesn't contact us. Jessica and I had birthdays in September, and he really just doesn't talk to us. The last time we saw him was in May of this year. He came a little after Mother's Day and stayed, but we don't hear from him. And so there's this bittersweet feeling. You find out you're going to be a grandparent for the first time, and there's this bittersweet feeling about it because you don't really have a relationship there. And a couple days went by after that announcement, and then our son sent us this text that was really came in hot. It was really where he was just clearly very upset that none of us had responded to the news. And I know Jessica wrote him a beautiful 9-page letter. 9 pages sounds exhausting, but it was really great. Just explaining how things happened. Our son's perspective seems to be really skewed and not based in reality at all. Because he was saying that we owe him and his wife an apology, and we've been, we've cut him out of our lives and all kinds of stuff, and it's actually like rewriting history or something. Like there's this offense that we didn't go to his wedding, and he seems to have just conveniently forgotten that he told us not to come to his wedding if we weren't 100% on board with him marrying the girl that he married. And so Jessica took time and just kind of recounted and detailed the concern that she had as a mother, and why she wasn't really on board, but she also affirmed their marriage, their relationship, and said, we want to be a part of it. In fact, the last time my son was with us back in May, the end of May, I said to him, bring your son, the girl has a child by a first relationship. So go ahead and bring those people with you. Come on up here and let's go to the zoo. One of the coolest zoos in the country is like 45 minutes away. And he said, yeah, we'll do that. And then we never heard back from him. So the reality, I think, is that this girl is a narcissist, and she wants to isolate him from his family. She's full of ultimatums. Their relationship started with an ultimatum. Just shocking, almost violence that she's willing to do to get her way. And she doesn't like us because, if you're really a toxic person, you don't like healthy people seem toxic to you. People that are mature and have perspectives that are developed seem like they're really scary and unhealthy. And I'm sure that she perceives any sort of criticism to her as a threat, an existential threat. I mean, she's the type of person who really believes that she has not done anything to add to this relationship strain, and she's completely not to blame, and everything is our fault. And our son seems to have taken on some of that perspective. And, he's 21, she's, I think, 22 maybe. And so we're still dealing with functional adolescence. And it's just really, really painful for all concerned. I think Jessica's main point, and the stuff that I had tried to explain to my son before, was, that in rushing through things and in not honoring your parents, and it's created this rift, so that instead of like joyfulness and happiness and welcoming a new life, we have this hesitation because we're not a part of his life, and that's by his choice. And we explained to him before he got married that if he married this girl, she would not want a relationship with us, and he got married anyway, and now he's blaming us for what's happening. And so I'm sitting here in my office, my work is done, no one else is here, it's Saturday afternoon, and I'm thinking about trying to somehow respond to his text more briefly than Jessica did, not 9 pages, but just to say, hey, I love you, and we want to be a part of your life, but I'm just not sure how to do that, since I have tried in the past and it hasn't worked out well. So I'm testing out a new mic here. I'm going to see how the sound is on this video, because I'm working on releasing a new YouTube channel that's focused on Christian men struggling with depression. Mental health right now is a hot topic because the whole world's crazy. So I think that's it for now. All the news that's fit to print.